Blackburn Rovers are 18 minutes away from a Premiership return.
As far as Stewart, just outside the penalty area, clips it central for David Dunn. David Dunn equalises. It just had to be. Dax corner and it goes. Glance towards goal, and Rovers have taken the lead. And Charlie Mulgrew has scored his 14th of the season.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from, Rovers fans, and welcome back to Rovers Chat for another watch along. It's Barnsley today for Rovers as we travel to Oakwell. I've got to get myself in shot. There we go, as Rovers travel to Oakwell in Yorkshire to face Barnsley in a massive game for Rovers. Of course, we're going to give it our shout outs across the video and across the stream. We'll also start with our sponsors in 6 Yards Out and Blue Rose Capital. There we go. Who, of course, are absolutely brilliant in helping out Rovers Chat. But Rovers fans, get your score predictions in the comments early on. That's the first thing that would be nice to do. Here we are, said Jacob. You've just been in my other stream that I was in on the FPL Addicts. Sorry that it was a little bit late. I've had to set up the StreamYard in a quick rush because I've finished up there like 5 minutes ago. I've had to come across here and set everything up. So we're all good to go. Thanks, mate. Great stream. Much appreciated. I'll let everyone know. But glad to hear that you enjoyed it. I actually need 5 or so minutes to get myself composed because I've had no time to prepare. I've had time to prepare and do the lineups and stuff, but I've literally just come across from that. So while I wait, I've been thinking about doing this for a little while. I've got a little icebreaker question, if you like. We'll read through the lineups in a moment, but I'm going to do a quick little icebreaker for 5 minutes or so while I just get myself ready and raring. Just so I can get like everything ready for the game today. Get my TV plugged in. We'll get into the comments in a second. But here's my icebreaker question. So I'm building a Blackburn Rovers playlist, right? So in the comments, put what songs hype you up for a match day. And I'll add them. I'll review them after the show, and I will get them on my playlist. Effectively, that's basically what this is. So here's my little icebreaker. What songs hype you up for a Rovers match day? There we go. There's the question for the day. And I'll give you 2 or so minutes to think about that, and then we'll get going for today. So give me a quick moment. I'll be back in a second. We are back. Right, apologies for that. I've just had to sort my HDMI cable out. Again, I would have loved to have had about 2 or 3 minutes beforehand just to plan all this, but sometimes we're not allowed that time, so we're all good to go. A couple of good suggestions, by the way, for the icebreaker question that I just put into the chat a moment or so ago. If I just go across to my my stream so we can get this all ready and raring to go. Of course, I've got to get the matchday stream up onto the screen, and there we go. Right, so we should be all good to go now. So now I have your complete and full attention until kickoff. So put as many comments in as you like, and I'll get to all of them. Right, let's go through some of these songs then. Some of them very funny, some of them not. Serious one, Final Countdown. I much agree, Chris. We'll get to your prediction in a moment. We've got one of the songs here, Stereophonics, not too bad, and Baby Shark. I'm not sure about that one, but the rest of them all very, very decent. Let's have a look at some of the other comments. Get your comments in. Wild Rover. That's the first one that's on there. That's already on there. 100%. That has to be on there. It's the first one. It's the top song on the playlist. That's already there. Pump It Up. I'm not sure if that is, but we'll have to sort of see. I'm just waiting for my stream to load up just so I can have full confidence that it's going to work for me today, which would be nice if it did, because obviously I do want to watch the game. That's why I'm here, of course. But put your comments in, put your score predictions in, and the answer to my icebreaker question, which is what song hypes you up for Rovers match day. Any song that is suggested that's not in my Rovers playlist and I think would do a decent job will go into my Rovers playlist. Sweet Caroline, that's not in there, and it should be. So that will definitely be going in there once I get round to doing that. I'm actually going to refresh this tab very quickly, the stream tab, if I can, just to make sure that this works, because if this doesn't work, I am slightly snookered. But one thing we haven't done is run through both lineups yet. We're 6 minutes into the stream, and I still haven't done that yet. That's about how rushed everything's been, which is a real shame and quite annoying. But we will run through those lineups. You can see the Rovers on the screen, and that is where, of course, we will start. So it is Kaminsky, Nyambe, Lenihan, Ayala, Pickering, Travis, Rothwell, Buckley, Poveda, Dolan, and Brereton Diaz. So the one change, of course, being that Poveda has come in for Leighton Clarkson, who drops to the bench. Looks like a potential, it might be a change of shape. Who knows? We'll sort of have to see. Poveda, obviously being a winger, Clarkson a centre mid, so things will change there by the looks of things. Poveda over Kadra is interesting, says Jacob. And Kadra was good, wasn't he, against Hull when he came on, but he might be an impact sub for the moment, and we'll have to see it from there. Kadra is on the bench, though. We will get to the Rovers subs. Now, Ainsley Pears is in between the sticks in terms of substitute goalkeepers. We've got Jacob Davenport, Reda Kadra. I did say Reda. I need to say Reda because that's actually how you pronounce it. So Reda Kadra is on the bench now. Butterworth, Leighton Clarkson, Teo Eden on the bench for Rovers in his first matchday squad, and Hayden Carter rounds out the Rovers bench. I did see this on their Twitter. The top comment underneath their lineup post was that they have 8 at the back. Not really ready for this, I'll be honest. I hope it's not 8 at the back, but this is how that they've lined up. I've got it in number order. So in goal is number 40, which is a really unusual number for a goalkeeper, but sure, whatever works for you. But 40 is Brad Collins, 4 Callum Styles, 7 Callum Brittain, 9 the captain Coley Woodrow, 11 is Aaron Leah Isaka, 15 is Jasper Moon, I should say Seka, sorry. 15 is Jasper Moon, 17 is Claudio Gomez, 20 Toby Sibic, 22 Clark Adore, 24 is Apo Halma, 30 is Michael Hellick, and on the substitutes bench, number 1 is not Christian Walton, it is Jack Walton who's on the bench. Christian Walton's at Ipswich. So I can see where you've got confused, but it is Jack Walton who's on the bench, alongside 26 Remy Vita, Dominic Freezer, Victor Adebayojo, Jason Strawhart, Devante Cole, and the first matchday squad for Barnsley for William Hondermark, who has previously been at Norwich City. So just confirming there that Christian Walton is, of course, at Ipswich, and Jack Walton, probably unrelated, is at Barnsley. Their keeper's different grave against Stoke. I've heard as much. Apparently kept them in the game. So there you go. Andy says hello. Hello to you too, mate. Get your score predictions in the comments. We do have a score prediction. Completely different game. Glasgow Rangers. Richie Seven says 2-0, mate. This is a Blackburn channel. Are you confused, mate? No, he's a good mate of mine, in fairness. This guy's a good mate of mine. So I know what he's obviously taken the mickey, which is of course fine. What happened to Daryl DK? He was on loan from Orlando City, so he's gone back. So it was, hard to believe that with the impact he made that was only a loan, but they didn't make that permanent. I think if they would have gone up, they would have done. But no, he was on loan and he's gone back to Orlando City. So that's what happened to Daryl DK. Callum Deadman says hello. Hello to you too. Rangers will be bottom of the championship. I'll let you and Cal have your beef. For the record, I think they'd stay up in the Premier League, but only just. They wouldn't be bottom of the championship. Callum Deadman says 2-1. Thank you, Cal. Much appreciated. Multiple Cals here. So there you go. Get your answers into the icebreaker. Maybe if you're not a Rovers fan, potentially if you're a Barnsley fan even, what song hypes you up for a football match day? And then I'll add them into my playlist that I'm building. I thought that might be a nice place to start. Get everyone involved, and also get your score predictions in. I did run through the lineups before. I'll do so again closer to time. Closer to the time, and then we'll keep going from there. Diaz Double says Callum Deadman. He says 2-1. He's watching on Twitch. So hello to you two, mate, from there. I know most of you will be on the YouTube. So there you go. But wherever you're watching from, put your comments in, and I will respond to those. Okay, Honda Marks 23. I didn't know what number he had because he didn't have a squad number. So Honda Marks 23. That's nice to know. Was there a dingle in the FPL stream? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Sandra says we are the champions. I mean, we were a while ago. That was a long time ago. That was before my time. With the way we are playing at the moment, I think it'll be a struggle staying up in the Prem. I mean, there is a relative discrepancy between Scottish football and English football. So yeah, who knows? Interesting to note, by the way, on the Rovers TV stream, the Blackburn Rovers, the thing is in yellow, which would suggest that we are in yellow today. I was in contact with Matt Silito, who told me we were in blue and white, who was obviously like the PA announcer at Ewood. We've got the yellow shorts on though, so I believe we're in yellow this afternoon. So if that's the case, I'm going to have to do a bit more work because I was told from a reliable source that we were in blue and white, and it doesn't look like that's the case. So what I'm going to very quickly do, if I can, is the one here. There is one here. Here we go. Let me see if there's a watch along one. Silent Dan, by the way, who very rightly over this sort of last few days or so has got some pretty good praise from Silent Dan. From Andy Simcox and the like at Red All Over, which is basically, for those that aren't aware, like the Barnsley version of this, of Rovers Chat. Yeah, they've put their support out, which has been quality. Maybe there isn't an away one for or a third kit watch along graphic, but there's a lot of other third kit stuff. So we'll keep it with the blue one for now, and then we'll see where we're going for the next game. I thought there was a third kit watch along banner, but maybe not. Benjamin says 2-1 Rovers. Good prediction, mate. Don't mind that. To give mine before I forget, I think I said 2-1 Rovers. So I'm going to stick with that as well. Goal scorers. I'm going to go with one for Brio and one for Tyrese Dolan. And then for Barnsley, I'm going to go with Cully Woodrow. An actual prediction for the Rovers game: 1-0 win for Rovers. Late winner from Brayton Diaz. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that, Cal, mate. Good luck with Rangers too, mate. I know I'm obviously not a Rangers fan, but just to keep you happy, hopefully they go all right for you. Hello, mate. Hello, Benjamin. Hope you're all right. Sandra says 2-0 to Rovers. Put your neck on the line. Give us some goal scorers. And then if the goal scorers then come true, then your prediction looks more impressive then. But if you want to put some goal scorers through, and we will talk about those. The icebreaker's still running along the bottom. If you've got some songs that hype you up for a match day, I know there's tons for me. In the Australian version of the Spa, they were playing Chelsea Dagger at the checkout, and I was like, they never play a song like that at something like a Spa. So I was dancing along to that when checking out, which was pretty cool. What's he going to say? So Brayton Diaz and the lone lad from Brighton. So Kadra, Reda Kadra. He's on the bench, so he could still. Yeah, we're definitely in yellow. So Matt Silito has rather unreliably informed me that we're in blue and white. I presume it was just a guess, though. But what a legend Matt Silito is, who is the PA guy at Ewood when we play at home. But we are in yellows. We're in the yellows. I will say my yellow shirt, I've ordered it, the third kit, but obviously they've not shipped them yet. So it'll be a while before I can wear it, but I tell you what, I can't wait. Then I'll have home, away, and third, which would be really nice. But there you go. Another question I might ask while we're waiting for something to happen: where are we all watching from today? Because I know that quite often on these streams we have a lot of locations that people watch from. We obviously have Dizzy Thumbs, who's usually here watching from Tassie. We have Armin, who's watching from Melbourne, like myself. I know obviously Cal's near enough to me here in Melbourne. Sandra's from Cumbria, so there you go, still based in the UK. Obviously, with all the with a lot of Rovers fans being at Ewood, and I know that Jacob in here before? Yeah, he was. He said that obviously he informed me before that about 2,000 fans had travelled and the atmosphere was bouncing on the bus on the way up. So that'll be positive. And a quick one here: "Live Forever" from Oasis is one of the greatest songs of all time. Chris Hayes, Amsterdam. Ben from Blackburn, and he's in Clayton, is Armin. So he's based in Clayton, which isn't too far away from me. That's about 40 minutes, which in the scope of things, compared to the fact that 17,000 kilometers away Blackburn is from me and from Armin approximately, to say that there's two of us in 40 kilometers of each other, and there's probably some closer as well, mind, but I don't think I've met many Melbourne Rovers fans. So there you go. But watching from Clayton, I'm from just outside of Mornington, mate. So there you go. For us Australians, the Australians in the chat, that will make more sense. But that's where I'm watching from. I'm watching from Mount Martha. So hopefully we can get the job done. Hopefully. You can see the lineup on the screen, of course. Banana kit is back, 100%. The yellow kits are always the best. I find like the the yellow kit that we wore. I could obviously get my yellow kit out. The one from what year was it? Was it 18-19? First season back in the championship was our yellow kit. I've got that one, so I could wear that. But I'm going to stick with this season's. I'm also going to probably reshape my camera. That looks miles better. There we go. 2018-19, I was right. Keen for HSP after lockdown, right? To people that don't know what a HSP is, potentially one of the greatest inventions in Australian history. So it's basically chips, like lamb and chicken doner meat, and like there's three sauces. What's the holy trinity or the trifecta? Is it garlic sauce, sweet chili sauce, and barbecue? I think some people have. It's amazing. So maybe Armin, we might have to maybe. Who knows? But HSPs are quality, and if there is anyone that's watching this in England that wants to start a food business, research what a HSP is, and you'd make a ton selling them because they are unbelievable. Chili, barbecue, and garlic. I knew it was something along those lines. A good HSP, you can't get much better than that. So yeah, 100%. I know everyone else outside of Australia is really confused, and I'm fine with that because obviously I was born in Manchester, lived on Brockhall, so I was, I obviously know, what England's like. So I'm gonna, give you a little bit of a taste of, Australian culture, or some of it at least, a little piece of it. And HSPs are very, very nice. But back to the football and back to Rovers Chat streams. We've got another viewer on Twitch who says hello. So hello to you too. Yeah, get your comments in, get all your score predictions in if you haven't done so already. We'll run through the lineups again in just a couple of minutes' time. I knew I was going to get a question like this. Where can you watch the game? It depends on where you're based. If you're based inside the UK, I really can't help you. If you're based inside the UK, you can listen to it, but then again, you could also listen to me. So, that would be nice. If you could listen to me, that would be great. As my HDMI cable has been dislodged, so that's a pain, but that's all right. I'm just going to stay here for now. Oh, it's gone. Are you serious? I'm having a nightmare today. I do apologise. There we go. There we go. We're back. Where can you watch the game? So Rovers TV. If you're outside the UK, if you're inside the UK, you can't watch it, and I do apologise. Or you're gonna have to find a stream or something, which someone will probably offer somewhere, but I'm not sure where. Fire Stick, BBC Lancashire, or BBC Sports. I can't condone it, but there's your answer. There's your answer. If you want to watch the game, that's how to do it. But like I said, I can't really condone it. That's how you can watch it. But please stick around here. Please stick around here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so. Because there's a lot of Rovers Chat content coming up. All the upcoming games that we've got coming up. We'll obviously be doing all the coverage for that. I'll be on all the watch-alongs. We've got all the FCA's content coming up soon. Football Content Awards down in London. So we've got all that coming up. So you don't want to be missing any of it. So make sure you subscribe to make sure you've got all of that content. Any page on the internet, I don't really watch live streams, so it's not really my forte. All the games I usually watch, I pay for, and if I can't pay for it, I'll listen to it or something. BBC Lancashire, yeah, that's a radio show, so that's like commentary like this. Like I'll pretty much be doing commentary. It's a mix of commentary and banter on here, which I think is a really nice blend. It's enough of commentary to inform everyone of what's going on, and the banter on here is class. So yeah, please stick around if you want to, of course. Graham Hamilton's here saying, is Colin Hendry starting? As always, mate, it's the yellow kit. It's the yellow kit. He's here. So of course he's starting. You're going to say that every single time now, aren't you? You're going to say that every single time. Can I just say, I did put a poll out, by the way, on my Instagram. 7 people responded to it. I've got like 600 followers, so not many people responded to it. But the 7 people that did, yeah, HSP looks fantastic. They do, and they are. They are amazing. That's my one thing that I want to teach people today. HSPs look brilliant, and they are. They taste amazing. But yeah, the one thing I did a poll. I put up a comment by Naive Steve that said, "Oh, he said that I look like a young Mel Gibson." So I put up the poll. 4 people said that I do look like him, and 3 said that I don't. In fact, it might be the other way around. I've got my phone here. Let me have a look at the results of this poll. It's 50-50 now. Someone else voted. Bit of Ruby Tuesdays on there. It's 4 and 4. So 8 people voted, and 4 people said that I do look like him, and 4 people said that I don't. So make of that what you will. If you want to go and follow me over on Instagram and Twitter, it's at Ollie Walker Peel, OLLIE Walker Peel. Same on Instagram and Twitter. So you can go chuck us a follow on there if you want. BBC Lancashire has a blackout for people not in Lancashire. Well, if you're in Yorkshire, I don't know what the Barnsley stream would be. Would it be BBC Radio Yorkshire, or would they be covering a game elsewhere? I don't know. This really isn't my forte. I'm just here to watch the game, comment on the game, and have banter with you guys. So I don't know where you can watch it. Unless you're outside the UK, then I know what you can do, because that relates to me. So, but if you're inside the UK, I do apologise. I would love to help you, but I can't really. And I do apologise for that. Better looking than Mel Gibson. No comment. But thanks for the compliment. Right, let's run through the lineups again. You can see the Rovers one on the screen, but we'll run through starting lineups and subs. So for Rovers, starting to the game today, 1 change from the team that beat Hull 2-0. Clarkson drops out. Coming in is Ian Poveda, the loanee from Leeds. So Rovers start with Kaminsky, Niambe, the captain Darrell Lenihan, Ayala, Pickering, Travis, Rothwell, Buckley, Poveda, Dolan, and Brayton Diaz. On the bench for Rovers is Pears, Davenport, Cadra, Butterworth, Clarkson, Eden in his first Rovers matchday squad, and Hayden Carter. And for Barnsley, they've got Collins, Styles, Britton, Woodrow, Leia Iseka, Moon, Gomez, Sibic, Adore, Holm, and Hellick. On the bench is Jack Walton, not related to Christian, but also a goalkeeper. Vita, Freezer, Adebayojo, Schraha, Cole, and Honda Mark. There are both teams for you. Diaz. Honestly, those two champs, they're so simple. The Diaz and the yellows make me so happy. This makes me happy, by the way. Commentary, watching Rovers, everything, the banter, like everything about this makes me happy. So as long as it goes along with the Rovers win, I'll be happy with life. 3 minutes till kick off. And as such, 3 minutes left in my Saturday. It's been a very long one. I woke up for the Leeds Newcastle game, which was, I woke up at 4 o'clock. To be fair, I didn't go to bed while like 12:30. To start Saturday morning. Woke up again at like 4:30, so I got 4 hours sleep. Been up pretty much ever since, and now I'm here watching a stream. Should be fun. This, in terms of score predictions, I've said mine before. Get yours in. Just before the game starts, I said 2-1 to Rovers with goals from Diaz and Dolan and a goal for Cully Woodrow for Barnsley. Get your comments in though, get your score predictions in, and I'll get to all of those, bring them all up on the screen as we approach kickoff. And to be fair, we've been complaining at how our home ends have been empty at Ewood. That away end looks anything but empty, and it's great to see. Maybe a couple of thousand Rovers fans there. Can you do a time check after a minute? They're tougher to do on Rovers TV though, Chris. I've said this before. I would love to do a time check, but every time I try and do it, when I pause the game, every time I press play, it goes back to live, so it doesn't actually hold the pause. So it's hard to do a time check. But I will inform people of where I'm at. That's what I'll try and do. All right, more score predictions. 2-0 Rovers, says Ethan Betts. Don't mind that. 2-1, says Benjamin. Says Diaz and a lad from Brighton. So that's Cadra and Barnsley. I'm not even sure who you mean. 2-1 Rovers, says Glenn, Lenihan and Cadra and Woodrow for the Tykes. Benjamin says Blackburn have sold all the tickets for Blackpool. We need more of an allocation. I reckon it was like 2,500, wasn't it? Or maybe under. Give us more, Blackpool, because we will sell as many as you give us. No worries, Chris. Thanks for understanding. As the Rovers players walk out alongside their Barnsley counterparts in the yellow kit. So with two good results from two, aren't we, in that at the moment? Had a draw against Millwall and a win against Forest. So if we can keep that up, that'd be nice. So obviously led by Darrell Lenihan as usual, which is absolutely quality. And Barnsley led by Cauley Woodrow. Barnsley capital. Still confused. Still really confused, I won't even lie. Oh, it's that time of the week again, Rovers fans. It's that time of the week again. Saturday, 3 p.m. How good is it? 3 p.m. local time, of course. Because club football is here again. And it's awesome. As we wait for kickoff, it looks like Rovers will be going from left to right on your screens, and Barnsley from right to left. Barnsley, yeah, I assumed, I sort of thought that's what I was sort of thinking. If he meant Cauley Woodrow, all signs pointed to Cauley Woodrow, but I was just making sure. Autumn says great content from Rovers Chat last night, Ollie. Andy Simcox on top form, plus Joe Hart's Nuttall. I caught up on it this morning. I watched both On the Other Side and Friday Night Live. I caught up on it because I missed it live. Both shows were incredible, and Andy Simcox is an absolute legend. He is part of the Red All Over podcast, which is a Barnsley fan channel similar to ours. Simcox is unbelievable. He's just so positive. It's amazing. And obviously Ryan did a top job, as he did when he went over to their channel across enemy lines. He did a little 15-minute recording for the Red All Over podcast, and that was a good video too. Lewis, you're streaming it. No copyright. I can't. I obviously know why people ask me the questions, but I must get asked how many times. I must get asked how I can watch the game. Probably 10 times a match, and the same question gets asked, and I answer it every single time. If you scroll up, there was a bit of information before on how to watch it. So scroll up a bit, and you should be able to find it. Ronan says 1-0 to Rovers. I'd take that result. I said a little while ago that before kickoff, I wouldn't take a draw if it was offered to me, as both teams, I should say, take the knee before kickoff, showing that they are in the fight against racism, which is good to see, of course. And it will be Barnsley to kick us off. I said that Rovers will be going from right to left. It's from left to right. Rovers are going from right to left instead, as we are away at Oakwell. Rovers from right to left in all yellow. And Barnsley in their home shirt from left to right. Someone comment for Lewis, because I can't remember. I've got no idea. I don't often use sites like that. So someone help him out, please. Whoever helped him out before, I can't remember. A lot of Rovers positivity, though, which is good. It's always nice. No worries. I'll try and help if I can. I'm not sure if I'm, much help in that regard, but I'll try. As Rovers looking to get the ball forward, clipped in behind towards Brereton Diaz, who had strayed offside. Looking to use his pace, though, but went a yard too early. And the assistant referee's flag was raised in an instant. David is here. Come on, Rovers, he says. Come on, Rovers. Hopefully we can get the job done. Lewis says, I'm a Leeds fan, but I hope Blackburn win. I hate Barnsley. Well, I also hope Blackburn win. And unlucky on the result last night as well, obviously. Point away at Newcastle. Unlucky there. But glad you're on the Rovers bandwagon for, even if it is just for a day. Good to have you on the Rovers bandwagon. Barnes looking to play out from the back. Header one down. Travis looks to get onto the ball. Well won in the end for Barnsley by Civic, but Rovers break. Chance down the Rovers right. It's Poveda chasing the ball down. Will he keep it on? No, he won't. Unlucky not to do so. Ian Poveda. He's absolutely rapid as the Leeds loanee, but even he couldn't keep that on. Real shame. But it's good to see Poveda back out there. Obviously, I haven't seen him since Middlesbrough, before or since Middlesbrough in a Rovers shirt. That was his only appearance up to now. Makes his second one away at Oakwell. Hopefully he can produce the goods for us. Obviously got an assist in the first game. As Rothwell's on the ball. What's the weather like in Australia today? Well, the day just gone, it's been a mixture. It's been a bit of rain, a bit of sun. But at the moment, it's pitch black because it's just gone midnight. So there you go. Good afternoon, says Arno. Good afternoon to you too. Hope you are well. As Rose looking to move the ball forward. Short ball to Poveda on the edge of the area. He moves slightly more central, but the ball given away. Well, back in the end by Travis. And now Rothwell. Rovers into their attacking half. Buckley finds Daniel Ayala. 2-1 for Rovers, says David. Don't mind that whatsoever. And Ryan McKenna says, good afternoon. Currently sat on the toilet watching you. A bit too much information, but all right, mate. Whatever works for you. Going 1-1, not a good recent record at Oak. Well, that's true. We've lost the last two at least. Buckley looks to play ball in behind too long for Brereton Diaz, who does appreciate it, but unable to get there. What state it is? I'm in Victoria. I'm about an hour from Melbourne. But somehow still classed as metropolitan Melbourne, even when we shouldn't be, so I'm in lockdown. As ball given away, Rothwell received it, looks to drive. Looks for the ball over the top. Out wide to Pervader, but he won't get there. Rovers again sloppily giving away possession. It will be a throw to Barnsley. Chile. Ben Brereton Diaz appreciation comment. Love to see it. Absolutely love it. Glad you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so because there's a lot of Ben Brereton Diaz content on the way, I should say. What a player he is. His goal midweek against Hull was unbelievable. And for those that wanted a time check, sorry, I forgot to give one. I'm at 440, 441, 442, 443. Like I said, I would love to be able to pause it, but as soon as I pause and play it, it goes back to live. As the long ball forward to Dolan on the Rovers left. Got a couple of Barnsley players for company. Instead goes back to Buckley. So off the ball over the top. Attempted knockdown, didn't work too well. Now Sibic for Barnes under pressure from Buckley and just hooks out of play for a Rovers throw. Greetings to you too. Glad you're happy with Ben Brereton Diaz, and I'm hoping you're liking Rovers again now after the whole quarantine fiasco. Even though none of that was our fault, I think Rovers probably, it was a bit of a catch-22 because he was obviously going to miss games for us, wasn't he? But that was the government's decision. It wasn't because of us. So I'm happy he can go because he's learned a lot from playing for Chile and he's got a lot better from it. So if he keeps getting better, that'll help Rovers in the long run, even if he misses like 1 or 2 games for us. It's a switch ball for Dolan. He'll keep this on. He does, Roseman. Breaks into the area, left-hand edge. Finds Buckley. Just to whip it into the middle. Breaks towards the edge of the box. Rothwell, did he shoot? Elects not to. I thought it would open up for him. Got Buckley alongside him and uses him. I thought he would have fired a shot away there, but didn't decide to. Travis to build it around Pervader. Out wide to Niambe. Back with Pervader. He looks to work the ball forward. Dispossessed by a door, and now Barnsley can move the other way through Callum Britton. Sibic skips in field, whipped in, and behind for a goal kick. Wasn't a bad delivery at all, but no, Barnsley head was there to meet it. And it's behind for a Rovers goal kick. Yeah, stats are against Rovers against Barnsley. Yeah, honestly, the last couple of times we've been to Oakwell haven't been enjoyable experiences, especially since the pandemic. Obviously, we lost 2-0, I think, the first season, first pandemic-affected season. Then last season, we lost there 2-1. But we've beaten them at home in both of those seasons. In fact, the 3-2 that I'm thinking of was 18-19, not 19-20. So, as the challenge there was Buckley, who took Coley Woodrow down. Looked like a potential yellow card, possibly. In fact, on reflection, it definitely looks like a yellow card, but I don't know if he's got one or not. Looks like he's escaped with that one. The friend of the channel, of course, John Buckley. Absolute legend he is. Sibic once again looks to get himself in field. I know, mate. I know you would want to watch it, but there probably is a way. There probably is a way. Craigo, the FPL Addicts partner, just on a stream with him just before. Newcastle fan, saying Buckley's the GOAT. Not far off there, mate. Not far off. He's a legend, is John Buckley. And more comments mentioning Ben Brereton, which is always good to see. We've got a similar problem, I think, here, Elliot, with what we had. We need to move the scoreboard, I think, because the comments are blocking it. We might have to move it. I'm not sure. We've just had the same problem ourselves. We had to move the scoreboard on our other stream. Good pressure from Rovers, though. It's Brayton Diaz on the ball. Can he get past the challenge? He can. Give it to Rothwell. He'll just switch the play. Rovers just about keep it alive through Dolan. But the offside flag had gone up. And so a free kick to the home side. In Brayton we trust. Don't we all? Don't we all trust Brayton? What a legend. Go Rovers, says Thomas. Go Rovers, 100%. Return the sentiment. Definitely. Where can I watch the game live? Rovers TV if you're outside the UK. And if you're inside the UK, I don't think there's anywhere. But if you're outside the UK, go to the Rovers website and it'll direct you on Rovers TV. You've got to pay a subscription though. But you can watch it there. Greetings from Chile. Greetings from Australia, mate. Greetings from Australia. I hope you're well. Glad to have you on the Twitch. I don't see too many Twitch comments these days, but if you haven't given us a follow over on Twitch, go and do that. Barnsley trying a little bit of interplay, but it's not worked out too well. Rothwell looks to find Ryan Niambe, who checks. Ayala forward, well up and over halfway. Travis nods it down into the path of Poveda. Overlapping run from Niambe is ignored. Instead it goes in field. Dolan just harmlessly gives that one away. Rovers back in possession though. Poveda again looking to skip past a couple, but wasn't able to do so. And Barnsley return back home with Collins. Woodrow's making the run through the middle. Styles ignores him. Michel Salgado, what a player. What a player he was. He was well past his prime when he moved to Rovers, but even still, wasn't a bad player for us, Michel Salgado. Premier League days. Take me back. Rovers again win possession back. It's now with Tyrese Dolan, who wins Rovers a throw. Apologies if I'm yawning, I'm rather tired. We had a game last week with Forest City. I don't know if he's here or not. But just saying, it might be in Forest City, I can't remember. Like, can I stay awake till full time? I will. I'll make sure I will. As Rothwell gives it off to Buckley. Rose just looking to work the ball forward. Setting up quite robustly here, Barnsley. Just trying to defend. To be fair, seeing that lineup is probably what we expected. And once again, Rovers trying to switch the play and it doesn't work. I need a coffee. I probably do. The caffeine hit from the Pepsi Maxes would have worked, but I ran out today, so that's a shame. Barnsley fans and players wanted a handball, but not given. And instead, there's a foul on Ryan Niambe, so a chance here for Rovers. Looked like a definite handball against Randy Ambale. Definitely came off his hand. Referee didn't give it. And instead, Rovers have got themselves a free kick, which is an infinitely better result than a Barnsley free kick. It's about 18 yards out on the right-hand side, so tight to the right-hand touchline. Hopefully a decent ball in from one of Pickering or Rothwell would set us off with an early goal, which would really help break this game open. Ayala and Lenihan and Brayton probably the tall timber to aim for. And that's not finding any of them. Is it ricocheted off a Barnsley head there? It has. It's behind for a Rovers throw. Or out for a Rovers throw, I should say. John Buckley will take. In very advanced position, goes short to Brayton Diaz. Nice 1-2. As the Chilean looks to turn. Pickering. Rolls across to Travis. Once again, whipped into the middle. No one really there, though, for Rovers to latch onto. Buckley. Travis skips in fielders really well. Can he play the ball in behind? Not a bad ball for Brayton Diaz in the area. And the shot was probably off target anyway, but blocked en route. Buckley slides in. Well run from Travis. Brayton Diaz again. Second bite of the cherry. And he's pulled up. The referee's pulled something up here. I think he was offside. So after all of that, a couple of decent chances go begging for Rovers. First one for Brayton Diaz. It looked like it was going well off target in the end, but it was actually blocked. It's not been blocked by Tyrese Dolan's scon has blocked the ball. I thought initially it was going off target, but in any case, it was straight to the scon of Tyrese Dolan. We've got a Chilean question there. I might need a minute just to translate that, if you wouldn't mind. I'll try and translate the comments. So I knew I could try that last time. Let's see if this works. Where can you see without paying? You can't. There's no way to watch it without paying. So there's no way. So that's how to translate comments. That always helps. Yeah, there's no. There might be like a live stream or something, like an illegal stream, but I wouldn't even have the foggiest clue of where to go to find one. But if you can't find one, you can just stick with me, and I'll just try and commentate through it. No, it's not the same, but there you go. Okay, this is a long comment, so all right, the ball's going to play. I can read it. So Thomas says, "Hey bro, in Chile we can't see the matches, so we can't know the level of Ben compared with other strikers in that league. Some opinion, please. Sorry for the bad English. No need to apologise. Thanks for the comment, but absolutely no need to apologise whatsoever. Ben this season is doing brilliantly compared to the strikers in the league. He scored some very, very decent goals, including one against Hull and a good header away at Millwall. So this season, he's probably up there with some of the best in the league. Obviously, he's probably not the best in the league, but he's probably somewhat up there. I'd probably say Carlin Grant is potentially the best striker in the league. As the ball's whipped in for Barnsley towards the back post, over the head of everyone, and out for a Rovers goal kick. Put the match. I can't stream it. Because of copyright. Chris Hayes says, "Come on, Rovers, these are here for the taking." It's going to be a tough one, this, though. It's going to be a tough one. Because obviously Barnsley, they're trying to set themselves up to be tough to break down. At the moment, that's how they've proved. Like, we've not had a real chance as of yet, other than Brio's like half chance that clattered into Tyrese Dolan earlier on. Other than that, we haven't really had any chances. So they've set up really well of Barnsley. And, it's going to be a case of, if we can get a first goal early, it'll make it a lot easier for us to progress in this game. It's just a case of whether we can get one. Cadra will open up the game in the second half. This is a game for Reda Cadra. 100% it's the game for Reda Cadra. If it's still 0-0 heading into the second half, then he will really make a difference. As Brayton Diaz looks to chase this down. Looks to keep the high press on for Rovers. Oh, it's good pressing from Dolan, but somehow they found a way out of it. Great ball across. It's Jasper Moon it was who was found. Unbelievable ball, and now they're moving forward. Oh, Barnsley, they're inside the area. It should be 1-0. How it's not 1-0, I will never know. Clark Adore is through on goal, and Thomas Kaminski has made a quite unbelievable save to keep it at 1-0. Great run this from Clark Adore. Takes it past Travis and Lenihan, and he really should score, Clark Adore, and he knows it too. Stunning save from Kaminski, keeps it level. As we've seen so many times already, even this season, Kaminski keeps it in games, and that's a brilliant save. Made himself big, and it's a corner for Barnsley when it should have been a goal. How is Paveda playing, says Mick C. Paveda's been alright. He's been okay. Kaminski again forced to punch that one away. Cleared away by Dolan. He's hardly got on the ball. We've tried to find him a lot. He's not really done too much, though. That's a rash challenge from Woodrow on Ben Brayton Diaz, who is straight back to his feet with the help of Cauley Woodrow. But we've tried to find Paveda a lot. But it's not really, we've not really had the rub of the green, but obviously there's still time in the game yet. So I wouldn't be too worried. I'm going to assume you're a Leeds fan. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, hopefully he works his way into the game. Where is that? Do you mean the stream or the game? Because the game's at Oakwell and the stream's on Rovers TV. Rovers fans, Ayala or Tosin? Probably Tosin. Oh, you're a Rovers fan, mate. Oh, apologies. I assume because you're asking about Paveda, you wanted to know from a Leeds point of view. No, but if you're a Rovers fan, then brilliant. Paveda's been okay. He's been okay. Not quite set the world alight yet, but there's still time. But good to see. Kaminski, best goalkeeper we've had since Friedel. That's a big call. David Raya probably has a claim. Robinson probably has a claim. But Kaminski's got a fair argument, you know. Channel Rovers TV on the Rovers website. Miss Paveda from Leeds. I'm not like. Would he be playing your team at the moment? Would he have come on yesterday against Newcastle if he was on the bench? Do you reckon he would still be in your matchday squads? Because all the noise that I heard when he left for Rovers was, oh, he wouldn't have got a chance anyway. But would you have liked to have seen him get a chance if he was still at the club? That's like not gone out on loan. Miss Hayworth, is the match on Rovers TV? Yes. In outside of the UK, it is. Inside the UK, it's not. Maybe. That's the interesting one because I pretty much heard that, you know, everyone you spoke to about Paveda and Leeds was like, oh, he's basically done at Leeds. Like, you know, he's not going to play. But there you go. Graham Kaminski, quality keeper, agreed. Robinson can't be involved. That's actually potentially maybe a fair point. But if we're taking that out of it, which might be quite hard to do, just on performances alone, you've got to have Robinson in the discussion. How much is the game? £10. So whatever that is then in currencies. Ball over the top towards Dolan. Headed away by Brad Collins, who had to come out of his area. So headed away. It says shows the party, so I'm assuming you mean show the game. I can't show the game because of copyright. I would love to, but I can't. As Pervader's down the line, Nyambe overhits it and asks a lot of him. Pervader chases it down. Doesn't do too bad a job, but Nyambe probably should have made it easier for him as it's nodded towards Travis. Good work in the end by Britain to skip past the challenge and was then hacked down himself. Can I join the stream to chat? Probably not. Maybe, we might have to have a fan stream in the future, but at the moment it's just me. But you can chat in the comments. Like, keep chatting in the comments. I'll keep responding to every comment that comes in. Luton smashing Swansea 3-0? My days. Okay. That's not a result I was expecting. Any other championship scores across the league? Really hate to say this, but I hope Preston and Blackpool win today. Any reason or just because? Is there any sort of backstory behind that, Chris? Another Brayton comment. You think got the best fans in England? Probably Leeds. Leeds are up there. Newcastle are up there. Man United are up there. Just the sheer number of United fans. There are a lot of teams with good fan bases. Forest for the Championship. They always seem to turn up. Even in the last week or so, with the whole Chris Hughton debacle, they still turn up to the game. So Forest fans are really good in the league. Oh, that would have been a good ball in behind too. But now we just couldn't quite make it work. Reading one up against Fulham. That'd be a big result too, if that stays. Do you rate Bamford from Leeds? I didn't before last season. Shot well over the bar from Barnsley man there, but he had a good season last season, didn't he? I didn't beforehand. I'm not sure. Bamford's an interesting one. I'd say he's capable of being a Premier League striker. I'll say that. Forest 1-0 against Huddersfield. Had a lot of comments saying that. I'm from Chile and see a Ben Brayton Diaz. Well, he's not done too much in this game, if we're being honest. He's not done a whole lot. And that's not an indictment on Brayton Diaz. He just hasn't had the service. Preston are winning. Okay, thank you, Lewis. Borough beating Blackpool 1-0. Thanks for keeping me up to date. Especially while I'm watching this. Might have to have a look at the Prem as well. I might have a look at the Prem when there's a break in play. Watford are 1-0 up against Norwich. That's the only goal so far. Dennis scored. It's Pervader on the ball for Rovers. Couldn't keep the ball in play for very long though. Burnley getting beat. I've just checked the Premier League scores and there was nothing. There must have just been in the past few moments then. Ball down the line didn't work too well for Rovers. There's Barnsley man down. Jared's here. Hello, Jared. How are you, mate? I was wondering where you were, but you're here now, which is good. The first half hour has been drab. Really, really boring. Not really any chances. It's been really boring. Where are they showing the game? Rovers TV on the Rovers website is where they're showing it. That's where you can watch it if you so wish to. Yeah, that's the only place you can watch it. Is on the Rovers TV website. It's worked the last couple of weeks. Who are you going to slander at the moment? It was Michael Hellick that was down. He's all good to continue, though, for Barnsley. Is Bucco still out wide? No, Pervader. Pervader's on that right-hand side now. Interchanges with Dolan at times, but usually Dolan's on the left, Pervader's on the right, and Brayton Diaz through the middle. Buckley in a more familiar central midfield role, which you've seen accustomed to play. Rovers TV audio only, yeah, because you're probably based in the UK. Like if you're based outside of the UK, it's on Rovers TV, like to watch. But you can't watch it in the UK unless you're at Oakwell or you can find a stream. Please slander Buckley. And he's got a 99.999 point chance to score if you slander him, Jared, because that's the way, for some reason, the way it works for you. Lewis says he rates Blackburn a lot. He's a Leeds fan. It's good to hear. It's a ball long for Buckley. Collins outside his area. What's been given here? I thought that Collins had clattered Buckley. Let me have a look. Yeah, coming together almost. So Collins gets there first. Ricochets off Buckley, who then falls to the ground, and then himself probably cleans up Collins. So it's a Barnsley free kick. Like him better in midfield anyway. Yep, so do I. I mean, he's a midfielder. That's his position. The golden touch. Say Bucco and he gets slapped in the face. It can happen like that sometimes, can't it? Sometimes Midas can give you what you want. In this case, maybe not. Nyambe first goal today. That would be nice. I'd love to see that. I hope he scores eventually soon enough. Lewis says he hates Burnley, Man United, and Sheffield Wednesday. I don't hate United on Wednesday. Burnley, obviously. Broadcast the game on Twitch. I can't because of copyright. I tell you what, waking up at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock is really taking its toll at the moment. We'll power through though. Styles has got to whip this ball in for Barnsley. Kaminsky should claim it does rather easily inside his 6-yard box. High ball over the top. Chasing down is Pervader. Prevents Styles from holding it in the corner and does well to get him out of there. Should have slept after the morning game. I tried, Armin, but my body's not like that. I did try, but I didn't sleep. Chance maybe here for Rovers though as they break inside the area. Brayton front post. Had to get something on it and couldn't quite. Buckley keeps it alive. Rothwell. Ball for Brayton Diaz. Square it! Tap it in, please! No way! How have we not scored in that spell? Oh, how have we not scored in that spell? Oh, it looked for all money like we were going to go 1-0 up. Buckley gets swiped to Rovers free kick. Forest City, I know you're watching this. How in the world have we not scored? Brayton does the right thing, looks to square it. Deflected en route. I thought Pervader probably, was going to stick a leg out and tap it in. Oh, just gets away from him. It's not Pervader's fault at all. It just doesn't sit for him. Oh, that's so agonising. It looked for all money like Rovers were going to score there, and we're kept at bay. Pervader and Dolan on the right look dangerous. Yep, especially when they switch as well. At times, the Barnsley defenders don't know what to do. Peterborough winning 2-0 against Birmingham. Wow. That'd be a good result for them. That's poor. Pervader gives the ball away. Britton the other way. Styles. Good work, Nyambe, to hold him up and to win the ball. Brilliant, Nyambe. Ball down the line, looking for Pervader. Rovers could climb places. They could if we get the job done. Although, admittedly, we haven't really had too many chances. Yeah, great from Nyambe, wasn't it? Great from Nyambe. Absolutely brilliant. Awesome bit of defending. I hope we keep holding Nyambe. I know I'm stating the obvious here, but we can't lose someone like Nyambe on a free. We can't lose him at all. He's so valuable to us. I still think he should be our starting right back. Been great this year. Quietly has locked down that right hand side. Yeah, he's quality. We know what he's about, Ryan Nyambe. He's just class. We need to keep hold of him, definitely. Takes a throw in short though. Barnsley in possession. They haven't really gone forward too much themselves, other than the one shot from a door that was well saved by Kaminski. That's probably the best chance of the game for either side, which Barnsley really should have scored from, but didn't somehow. Other than that, it's been a pretty boring game. Chris Hayes, more of Pickering moving forward. He's on the ball. No, it's Buckley who tried to intercept it, but he just couldn't keep it in. Yeah, Pickering just hasn't been able to get forward in the ways that we would like him to. Especially the more offensive-minded left back. A good defensive right back makes sense, 100%. JRC at right back might complicate things, especially having two attacking fullbacks. It's not always, especially it's going to work out. Somehow the referee's picked out a free kick there. Didn't look too much in it. Let's have a look. You can see it. Hoping to see Eden in the second half. New signing, of course. Permanent signing. We don't say that too often. From Lincoln. So, if the time's right, he'll come on. If it's not, then I'm sure he'll get many more chances to play in the blue and white. Well, he's not even in the blue and white, I say, but he'll have more time to play for Rovers. Even if he doesn't play today. Free kick was headed away. Still Barnsley. There's their penalty area. Woodrow takes it down. Blocked behind by Ayala for a corner. It just was a bit of head tennis going on the edge of the Barnsley penalty area, and somehow they were able to just work the ball even further forward, got it to the byline. A blocked cross sees it behind for the corner, which is whipped in. Header on goal, pretty much unimpeded run, is saved by Kaminski. It was Hellick. Just got up highest. Too easy, really. Yeah, really, just way too easy. Just Hellick got a header on the ball. straight to Kaminsky. He was able to save, but even still, doesn't help when you give chances away like that. Because sooner or later, a more clinical centre-half potentially might put that one away. It's 1-0 heading into the break and, tail between your legs kind of stuff. And Barnsley have done very little themselves. Pickering forward, looking for Brereton Diaz, who's really been able to get into this game. He presses Collins, but he's able to deal with it. Short to Hull. Kaminsky, number one goalkeeper, is brilliant. He's made 2 decent saves that, kept this game at 0-0. I mean, decent is probably an understatement. One of them was class, and then one of them was a good save. Brereton Diaz was looking for a handball. I don't know if he's given it, but didn't point to which way he's given it to. So, it's a Rovers free kick. I think it was a little bit confused initially at first, but ended up giving the Rovers free kick, which is switched. Rovers just looks to build up through the middle. Rothwell, Pervader, quite so far now finds Niambe. Involved to Dolan. Rothwell laterally to Travis. Can he skip in field? Finds Rothwell again. Pickering. So again, Rovers just keeping possession. Kaminsky forward. Liverpool 1-0 against Palace. Kadra second half reminds me of Hull this. It's very similar, isn't it? Boring first half. Probably going to go in 0-0. Kadra came on second half against Hull and changed the game, and he might be able to do the same thing here. Just who do you take off for him? Pervader's not been at his best. Definitely not. So do you take him off? But then again, he's only just come back into the team. Time will tell. Looks down the line, blocks by Britain. Now Woodrow, driving shots on goals, blocked on routes. Again, lofted back stick. Woodrow across the face of goal and headed away in the end. So Rovers surviving at the moment. Holding on as Britain whips it in. Rovers should clear here as Dolan finds Buckley. Looks to run it out from the back. As a free kick for Barnsley right on the edge of the area. It was Travis who went in. Tried to clear the ball, really. He was probably fouled. And as he went down, he's clattered the Barnsley man there, and that's what the referee's seen. Yeah, it's not a great place to give away a free kick, but it looked like Travis may have been fouled himself or pulled to the ground at least. And then, obviously, from there, there's not much that Travis can do. Other than just hope that this free kick doesn't go in. Woodrow and Styles over it. Referee just making sure he's happy with where Barnsley free kick is. Buckley underneath the wall. Travis, Ayala, and Nyambe in the wall. Joined by Brayton Diaz. Scored a free kick in midweek. Nicola Woodrow is taking this one straight into the wall. That should be a Rovers throw. And is. So Rovers survive there. Again, not a great position to be in, conceding a free kick from, conceding a foul rather from that range, at least for a free kick, but Rovers able to deal with it, I suppose. So all's well that ends well. So 20 seconds left of the original 45. Might actually get some stoppage time, I'm not sure. Be 1 minute at most. So Nyambe slides in. Now there's 2 minutes. As Rovers are surging forward themselves now. Paveda in field. Looks to try and find Dolan. That doesn't work out for him. The ball in field was intercepted by Odor. It's Barnsley moving forward. So it's just Sibic. First touches into his path. Pickering for company. Whipped in low and cleared away out for a Barnsley throw-in. Yeah, Paveda's been really poor. He'd be the first that I'd take off for Cadra. Unless, of course, he scores in the next few minutes. Of course, this is the whole slandering thing where you have a go at them and they seem to score. I don't think it's a case of that. Brayton God, pretty close to it in Rover circles. It's mad how the support for Brayton has gone up like so many notches, not even one notch. Like fans used to boo him and now they're all singing his name. Bit crazy. As Kaminski with the goal kick, clears it up and over halfway. Hit it back with interest, but Kaminski this time likes to stay at home. Ball on the line, looking for Brayton Diaz. Maybe one last chance before the half-time break. To Hellick. And that is the half-time whistle. I thought that the referee blowing for a Rose free kick there because there probably was one there, but in the end blows for half-time. Really not much to say about this first half. I'm tired as it is, and that first half almost put me to sleep. Dreadful first half at Oakwell. Boring as anything. Hardly any chances to report on. A couple of good Kaminski saves, including one from Clark Odor, which was the only real chance for either side. He really should have scored, but Kaminski saved. And at half-time, we're exactly where we started. Barnsley 0, Rovers 0. Yeah, I'm really struggling more than any other stream so far. So what I'm going to do to try and help that, I'm going to take like a quick 2-minute break. Try and just get myself ready for the second half. I'll be back with some halftime analysis. Any comments you've got, bring them up. But yeah, we will see. I'll see you after the break, I suppose. Let's put this banner out just to make sure that people don't leave. We want as many viewers as possible on these streams. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I'm going to take an ever so quick break. And I'm going to just get myself ready for the second half because I need to. Or else, if I don't get myself ready for the second half, then there's a big problem. So, and we'll be back in 2 minutes' time. This is the watch along between Rovers and Barnsley. Halftime score at Oakwell is Barnsley 0, Rovers 0. See you in a couple of minutes. All right, probably shorter break than I planned, but I'm back. Hopefully I'm fine for the second half. Just using a bit of water, just making sure that everything goes all right, and then I can get to the second half. And while I love doing post-match analysis, I'm probably going to go straight to bed as soon as this hits full time, and I'm going to leave all the post-match reaction to Ryan and Luke Kimberley and the like, because I am so tired at the moment. To be fair, I've been awake since 4:30 pretty much. I've had very little sleep since this time yesterday, but we keep progressing, we move forward, and that's the way it is sometimes. Let's check some scores. Let's go to the Premier League first. Early kickoff we knew about. Brentford winning 2-0. Norwich Watford 1 apiece. Pookie scored for Norwich and Bonaventura scored for Watford. Is that Hernandez? No, it's not. Oh, it's Dennis, sorry. Sometimes when the players aren't sometimes on that FPL or something, they use a different name to what appears on Google. Or they're using a longer name or a shorter name, I don't know. But it's Dennis. Dennis scored for Watford, of course he did. Because we went through that before. Burnley losing at home to Arsenal. Ødegaard with the only goal there. So hopefully that says it is. Man City Southampton still at 0-0. I do have a Southampton defender in FPL, so that would be helpful if that holds. And Liverpool 1-0 up. Sadio Mane with a goal there against Palace. And the Championship league that obviously affects Rovers more. Nottingham Forest are 1-0 up away at Huddersfield. Bristol City 1-0 against QPR. Reading 1-0 against Fulham. At Craven Cottage was a great result. Derby 2-0 up against Stoke, but with a 21-point deduction that's seemingly incoming soon, then it's probably not going to matter too much. Middlesbrough leading Blackpool. Luton Town leading Swansea 3-0. Peterborough 2-0. Preston West Brom 1-1. Millwall Coventry 1-1. And Cardiff Bournemouth is goalless. So there's only 2 games goalless in the Championship so far. And earlier on today, Sheffield United beat Hull 3-1. Doesn't sound like there's much analysis to be done. I mean, I could have taken a 15-minute break and just got myself back for the second half. But, if we do want to chat about anything that happened in the first half, of which there is very little to talk about, I mean, Christ, Rovers had one shot. Rovers had one shot. Probably the most boring half of football we've played all year. And yes, that includes Hull. That was probably the worst half to watch than Hull. And at the time where I'm trying to stay awake, it doesn't really help that it's not been a great half of football. But it is what it is. So you play the card you dealt. But yeah, there's not really much to discuss at all. Any positives at all? I mean, it's not like there's not positives. It's not like I'm saying, oh, they're all negatives. It's not, but it's just like everything's just been sort of average. Everything's been like 5 out of 10, so not really positive, not really negative. Kaminsky's the one for me that stands out. Well, I mean, because he made a really good save to keep it 0-0. And if he scores the opening goal, then, the game might be slightly different. Instead of Barnsley having to open up like we thought that they would have to, we would have had to chase the game, which would have been annoying. But Kaminsky made a smart save and we're still deadlocked. We had another good save after a header from Helic. First of all, don't end yourself. Please don't. I know we had this discussion a couple of weeks ago with a different comment, but please don't. It's only football, mate. It's very boring, but and if you don't actually mean that you're going to end yourself and you're just using the term, then there's other terms to use. But please don't end yourself. Like, again, all of us are here for you. If you're feeling that way, yeah. Wait, you won't. Okay, that's good. It's just Rovers annoying you. Well, yeah. There's probably better terms to use then than ending yourself because, like, I don't like because you get people concerned, and suicide isn't really a thing to sort of throw around like it's nothing because it's a pretty serious topic. But of course, yeah, of course, exactly the same. By the way, exactly the same. If you need to talk, then 100%, we're all here. Everyone at Rovers Chat is here. So yeah, if you do need to talk, then we're all here because we all want to help. Yeah, if like, even if you just want to chat about anything, right? Even if you want to chat about Rovers, like, even if it's not serious, you just want to talk, then I'm fine. I'm fine having a conversation. If it's something more serious and you need to talk, then I'll talk. There's anything I can do to help, I'll try my best. Good to hear that I'm hoping that obviously you're saying in the chat that you struggled with mental health before. Hopefully that it's all, improved for you. I hope so, Jacob. I hope that it's improved for you. And continues to improve for you, of course. My Twitter is there if you do need to talk about anything. My Instagram's the same, exactly the same. So if you do need to talk, then I'll probably respond quite quickly on both of those medias. So Twitter and Instagram, they're both the same there. If you need to talk, then just fire us a message. Do we know? I didn't hear anything from the West Brom stream about that guy, which is kind of concerning. I haven't heard from him since. Like, there's no way to tell because I haven't been able to. I haven't contacted him. He hasn't been in a stream that I've seen, so it is quite worrying. I'll be honest. I hope he's still here. I really hope he's still here and that he hasn't done. He didn't end up ending his own life because that would have been horrible. And there's so many people that would have, tried their utmost to help him through it, and he would have got through it, of course. And I hope he's still battling, and I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. But yeah, just make sure that, if any of you need help, then there's tons of people here. It's an important topic. It's an important topic. It's an important one. I just want to make sure that people understand. We'll move on. It's very serious, but yeah, people have got to know. People have got to know that it's important that the people are here to support them. Yeah, but we'll move on. But thank you for having those conversations. It really helps. Putting cold. That's literally what I was doing. I was literally doing that off air. Cold water on islands may help keep awake. Drinking tons of water may help feel sleepy. I was literally doing this across like the 2-minute break that I just took. Literally, watch. Bang, like that. And other eye. Like that. Furious fast blinking. And that's going to help keep me awake for the second half if the Rovers football doesn't. Forest City says, Phil, you do a great job tackling that issue. Well done. Anything I can do to help Forest City. Cold shower wakes me up. I mean, it's a bit tough to have a cold shower while I'm running a stream. There's no way that's feasible. So I'm having to try different things. But thanks. Best concert you've seen in Australia? I've seen 3? 4? In the 9 years, and I hadn't seen one before I moved. Best concert, the whole night was Liam Gallagher. I saw him in Melbourne, and leading into it was Jerry Cinnamon, and he was unbelievable. How to stay awake. I'm glad you lot have found humour out of it. I'm really glad you found humour out of it. But back to this best concert question. 100% was Liam Gallagher. He was amazing. He really was able to put on a show. That was a couple of minutes before the pandemic too. As I see on the screen, Clark O'Dell's chance, he should score there. But Jerry Cinnamon leading in, got Rod Laver, the stadium where it was playing at, got the floor bouncing like nothing else I've ever seen before. Troy, that won't be happening. That won't be happening. No, not a fan. Not a fan. Not really. Not a fan of that. No, that's not happening. No Rovers cold shower chat. We're not getting them. Not me. Nope. Stop thinking about it. Stop encouraging him. For God's sake. 12-Foot Ninja. Never heard of them. So maybe I might have to have a listen. Rovers cold. No. Back for second half. Good to see you back. Best concert. Oasis Heated Park. Supported by Kasabian. Got our money back because I had a power cut. Does that not sound like the ideal night then? So a great concert and you get your money back. There you go. No, I don't. I don't fancy that. I really don't. For rather evident reasons, I don't fancy that. I hope you lot don't fancy watching that either. Because if you lot fancy watching that, I'm quite concerned. No worries, mate. Thanks for joining us. I know it's late and your team aren't even playing. Cheers, mate. Have a good one, pal. See you in the morning. Pervader and Diaz both missed sitters in that first half. Let's hope those are bites in the bottom second half. Pervaders wasn't so much a sitter, they just couldn't get to it. Like, it didn't sit for him. So Pervaders is hard to call sitter, but I don't think he had a great game. I think, I thought he was really poor, Pervader, I'll be honest. Barnsley have gone to the bench. I don't quite know who they've brought on. I'll just get that to you. It's mental. Mental halftime chat. Oh, it's the Honda Mac has come on. Honda Mark, sorry. So we've gone from mental health to cold shower streams. Just rather strange, but it happens. Hopefully we've got some more football to talk about because there was very little to talk about in that first half. But it is what it is. Right, second half. We're nearly away. I want to see Dan Butterworth come off the bench. Don't we all? Butterworth and Cadra. We're away in the second half, by the way. Rovers now from left to right, of course. So I don't know who Honda Mark's come on for Barnsley, but I suppose we'll find out very soon, won't we? Rather chatting than no chatting at all. So would I. But it's just crazy how the chat transpired. So Radiohead play at Blossom in 2001. Absolutely riveting in their prime years. They would have been good. They would have been very good. I'll still take that over here. That was my first concert. Okay, of course the kazoo is blocking the substitution. All right, Toby Sibbick's come off. Okay, that makes my life easier. Toby Sibbick. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, take that. We're good, actually. Not quite as good as Gallagher was, because Gallagher was a showman. And no, I'm not talking about Sam. Ever been to a Rovers game? Of course I have. I lived in England until I was 9 and used to go every week. I was a season ticket holder for 3 years. Collins again way off his line. Shades of Kaminsky there. Well outside his box. Ball back forward to Dolan. I'll return to the question in a minute. What's happened here then? Tyrese Dolan puts his hands up. Helix on the floor. Right, let's have a look at this replay. I'm really not sure what's going on here. He's gone to charge in. Oh, he swept him from under his feet. What's going to happen here? He's going to his pocket. Okay, so it looks like only a yellow. Okay, all right. I got a bit nervous that he was going to give a red, but he's given a yellow. As a Tyrese Dolan's been booked for the second week in a row. 48th minute yellow. Probably fair, but I was a bit nervous that he was going to pull a red card out there. Thank goodness he hasn't done. I got Cammy at the game. Oh, fair enough. What a legend he is. Yeah, get some songs going. I mean, not that I can hear it, and you've probably gone at this point, but I've got it muted. But yeah, get some songs going. Let's 12th man. We need it. Favorite player for Rovers all time, Gusted and Rhodes. Yeah, they're up there for me too. Have been to a Rovers game. The last game I actually ever went to was a Rovers game against Leeds in 2013, and we won in November. We won 1-0. Tommy Spur got the only goal, and that was the last ever Rovers game I've been to. Haven't been back in the country since then either. Left in December 2013, not been back yet. So there you go. I miss Rovers. I miss Ewood so much. Like, there's nothing I miss more. Like, it's so weird being in the contributors chat, and they're all saying, "Oh, like when are we meeting up at Ewood? When are we meeting up at Ewood? Or when are we meeting up at Oakwell? Like, oh, we're meeting everyone today at 2:00. It's like, oh, what bar are we meeting in?" And I'm like, "Yeah, would love to be there, guys, but you know, I can't be." But I don't have too bad a life anyway, so it's all right. Swings and roundabouts, of course. It is a bit mad. I'm not complaining. I love life out here, but I just miss Ewood. Good work, Pervader. Skips in field, but didn't have enough room. Now it's out for a goal kick to Rovers. This game needs to pick up. This game really needs to pick up. I mean, I can tell you what's going to happen. Kadra's going to come on for someone. Maybe Dolan because he's been booked, or Pervader, and they'll tear this game apart. That's what I'm hoping happens. Taking the missus up to see a first Rovers game next weekend if everything goes to plan. Well, best of luck. Hopefully everything does go to plan. Hope everything goes well for you. That's Cardiff. That's Cardiff, right? Cardiff at home. So if you do both go, enjoy yourselves. I will say I thought Brereton was going to book there because the whistle's gone. He just belted the ball away into the stand, and he said that he couldn't hear it. I think he's managed to buy his way out of a booking there. Verbally get his way out of it. Interesting clearance from Collins. It's nearly worked for Barnsley as well, but it's not going to. Free kick for something. Against Ayala. Switch of play. Kaminsky was coming off his line. Pavey to get there. No, he can't. Winning the ball is Travis, but he's lost out already. Any cross was Lenihan though. Good bit of defending from the Rovers man. And now Rovers can break the other way. Dolan was on the ball. It's out for a throw into to Barnsley. Rovers, not able to do much at the moment. And one player that hasn't got into the game is Joe Rothwell. And you make a point. I haven't said his name in a long while because he hasn't done a whole lot in a long while. He got on the ball early, didn't really do too much with it. But since then, I've forgotten he was even playing. He's not done a lot, I'll be honest. Hopefully that changes. As Nyambe marauds down the Rovers' right, whips the ball in. It's too long for anyone in the middle. Buckley to recycle the attack, though. Goes in ball to Rothwell. There you go. Speak of the devil. He gives it short to Pickering. And it's played out of play. That's so lazy. So lazy. Giving possession away like that. This has been so frustrating to watch. I'll say that right now. It's been so frustrating. Good bit of skill, that, though. Potential chance for Rovers down the left. Oh, that's a rash challenge. That's got to be a booking, surely. John Buckley has just slid right through him. Slid quite right through Callum Britton, rather. I'm surprised that's not a yellow card. This ref has been quite lenient because there's a couple of challenges that I thought were worthy of yellow cards that he hasn't given. Which in this case is good, of course, because John Buckley hasn't been sanctioned. I think there's a couple of occasions where the referee could have gone a bit harsher, but I don't think he's lost control of the game just yet. And hopefully he doesn't. Play the ball. I'd play. There's a Barnsley player down. Claudio Gomez. Is that only game in the championship that had a goal? Well, that just tells you how boring this game's been. If there's goals everywhere else, not here. Just shows you. Cardiff and Bournemouth was the only other game that hadn't had a goal, but that's recently got one. Niles doesn't. Has been a rather dreadful game of football. And there's still about another 40 minutes left if you include stoppage time. It's not been a fun watch. That could all change, though. Could all change if Kadra comes on. Or Butterworth comes on and does something. Or Eden comes on and scores a 25-yard screamer. Something like that. Ronan, well, it's interesting you say that because I said before kickoff, I was pretty strong in saying if you offered me the draw before kickoff, I wouldn't have taken it. Would I take it now? Probably would. I probably would if you offered it me now. But pre-match, I didn't really want a draw. I wanted all 3 points, of course. But if you offered it me now, I'd probably take it. Chris Hayes with a comment. Well done by Nambe, by the way, to win a goal kick there. Was hemmed into the corner, just played the ball against Clark Adore and behind for a goal kick. Cadra for Pervada, Butterworth for Rothwell, the first two changes I'd make. Butterworth's been not Butterworth, Rothwell's been non-existent in the second half. So I'd be taking him off. Pervada has been horrendous. Of course, it's only his second appearance coming back from injury. And he's, coming back from a new team, had injury worries in the past. So you sort of want to, give him a little bit of slack. But he's not had a good game, Pervada. That's quite disappointing. But he might now shut me up and score, and I'd love for that to happen. Got a typical Rovers feeling. Barnsley could nick this. I hope you're wrong. I really hope you're wrong. Hopefully Rovers can instead. Pervada on the right. We'll just skip past the challenge, loses the ball. Nyambe picks up the pieces. Good ball to Tyrese Dolan. Is that a shot or a cross? I'm not even sure. It's behind for a goal kick. Can't be bothered watching the game. Staying on this. I mean, you're there. You may as well watch it. Like, you're at the ground. Like, you may as well watch it. Like, if I've seen, by the way, there was a comment just before yours came in, Jacob. It was a penalty to Southampton. But you're at the ground. You might as well watch the game, even if it's boring. Like, it's boring for me watching it. You can always stay here and have it on, and have the comments rolling in. Yeah, watching it. Yeah, perfect. Penta Saints then. Is Armstrong taking it? It's against Man City as well. True. I didn't clock that initially. Surely it's Armours. Oh, good slide challenge in midfield. Rovers looking to break. Oh my days. Some of our passing today has been woeful. We finally had a chance to go forward and we waste it. Good from Trav. Rothwell now running forward. Please, 1-on-1. Ball's in the back of the net, but Brio's offside. I swear down. Just stay on side. He had so much time, so much space. He's literally a yard offside. If you stay on side there, you've got the pace to get in behind and make it 1-0. But he's offside. So infuriating. Kyle Walker's been sent off. How I'm having to watch other games or not watch the games, but follow the games, because this game isn't doing too much for me. Adam Armstrong drew the penalty, by the way, for those that are curious. Adam Armstrong drew the foul. How to watch these matches, Rovers TV. Lenihan now in centre midfield. Plays the ball forward. Whips in towards the back stick. Too much on it for Dolan, who might keep this in. No, it's too long for him. So VAR is checking Southampton's penalty. So they're still checking it. Even though there was a red card to Kyle Walker. Interesting one, that. What I don't get, right, if it's a red card, no pen. See, if it's so clear that it's a red card, why is it then not a penalty? Unless the referee's had a complete and utter nightmare. Anyway, who knows? Barnsley made another sub. I don't know who's come on, but Gomez is off. No way Hull have scored. That's unbelievable. Lenihan. Forward to Pervada. Again loses possession. I'm tired of watching Pervada lose the ball already. Rothwell forward to Buckley. Inside to Pervada. Prove me wrong. He's lost the ball again. I sound like a broken record. Good press, though, from Rovers. That's been positive, I suppose. One ball forward from Collins. Dominic Freezer came on. He's on the ball now. Coley Woodrow. And he's not scored. I was wondering if it came off Kaminsky or not. I don't think it has done. Agree, Alton Penkridge. We'll discuss how in a minute. Oh, it's hit the side. So it hit the ad boards. So Freezer's come on for Gomez. So Barnsley made 2 changes. Subs warming up. There is some. Although I couldn't identify who it was that has just gone out to warm up. So, yeah. There is, but then obviously they're not on the camera shot at the moment. So if they provide a shot of the players warming up, I'll tell you who is. I presume most of them are, though. Like Butterworth is warming up and Cadra. I think I saw Leighton running out to warm up. Ball in behind. Brereton can get there. No, it's too long again. Poveda has been painful to watch. Like, I want to be the kind of person to give credit. Like, I want to give him credit and give him, like, say, oh, yeah, no, it's not easy for him. He's come to a new club. And that's probably fair, but he's not done anything. He's on the ball again. Loses the ball again. Out for a Rovers throw. Poveda's been the worst player on the pitch for me. And I really want him to do well, of course. And I'm sure he can do well. Has the potential to, but today has been woeful. Although I'd love it if he scored. Freezer out wide. Retain to run onto it. Again tries to switch now over to Adore, who missed a glorious chance in the first half. Now Rose win possession back. Buckley goes short. Dolan. Poveda was making the run forward, but was ignored. Now Dolan again. Oh, don't run that out of play, please. Oh, my days. This is so frustrating to watch. So frustrating. TM, can we make some subs, please? That would be nice. Hibs are winning, apparently, against St Mirren. Rovers aren't, and that's the thing that is annoying me at the moment. Sloppy today. Sounds like we're on top. I don't... Well, I mean, sloppy final third, but we haven't created anything. We've just had the ball in midfield and given it away. Poveda over the top. That's missed him by a fair way. Oh. I don't want to count how many times Poveda's given the ball away, and now Rovers go to the bench and Reda Kadra will be introduced. Who for is the question. For me, it has to be Poveda. Has to be Poveda. Rose back in possession through Travis. Looking for Dolan. Given away. Barnsley can break. Hellick forward from centre-back. Somehow drawn a free kick on the edge of the box. I can't even... How have we allowed... Hellick's just travelled the ball, or taken the ball so far, and Rothwell just bumped him off it. We need to buy people and not loan people. I mean, that would be ideal, but, I mean, money at the moment, not really our strong suit. And you've seen what can happen when clubs spend too much money or don't take care of their finances. Derby, you can get a 21-point deduction, and that's just not worth it. So that red card must have been rescinded. I assume it would be, right? For Kyle Walker after all that before. Who knows at this point? Armstrong money? Well, that's probably saved us because we were near FFP regulations, which means that we probably would have got some sort of massive fine or points deduction. Woodrow looks to go onto the wall. Buckley was there. It's deflected behind for a corner. But the thing is, yeah, like we'd want to spend the Armstrong money. Maybe we could have got a striker for $1 million or $2 million. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have a club than not have a new striker. So I'd rather have a club than have a new striker. Like, I'd rather have a club to support every day. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's one of those because it's one of those that once people become aware of what the problem is and how big the problem is. Double sub, by the way. Leighton Clarkson's coming on. It's Paveda coming off. Yeah, it's not easy to spend that money. So Clarkson's on. So one loanee on, one loanee off. Clarkson's on for Paveda. And that, probably for me, Tyrese Dolan's the other one who's come off. So Kadra on for Dolan. That, for me, is one of the worst Rovers performances I've seen this season. Probably the worst I've seen this season from a player. Is from Paveda today. Not been a great day for him. Yeah, and it's something that, like, you know, you can be educated on. It doesn't take too long. You can probably just watch a video of Andy Watson's or was it Kieran Maguire earlier on in pre-season that we looked at and we looked at the finances. But yeah, it's not easy to spend money, even though it feels like we've got loads. We don't. Paveda, yeah, I agree, but just today, just didn't have the rub of the green. I hope Paveda comes good. I'm sure he will. Like, if you're playing 14 games in the Premier League and then coming out on loan, especially under someone like Bielsa, it must think quite highly of you. So I'm sure he will come good, but he's just had a dreadful game today. And that happens. Ball into the box, dealt with the first time of asking. Woodrow. I was just trying to work an opportunity. They might well do so here. Styles on the edge of the box is ignored. They've got themselves a corner. He will. He's adapting to the team. Yeah, I think so. I think he will. And I really hope he does. I can't stress that enough. Like, I'm sure, like, with game time, he will become good. Yeah, I agree. But he just didn't have a good game at all. But yeah, I think he will be a good player for us, an important player for us. Oh, wonderful save, Kaminsky. Again, a corner. Poor marking. Freezer. Wonderful ball in. Kaminsky just tips it over the bar. Galley at Luton. True, yeah. It's between those two. It's between those two, Forest City. Definitely. Too tough to call. Third consecutive Barnsley corner on its way. Ayala heads away the second one. But it's between those two, definitely. It's in from Woodrow. Still on the edge of the Barnsley penalty area. Headed away by Lenihan. Kadra looks to take it down, does well, and can run. Got options to his left. Got Brayton to his right in space. What a ball from Kadra. Brayton, surely. Bad first touch. Oh, my days. Brayton Diaz. There's no one you'd rather that ball fall to. His first touch was dreadful. What a ball from Kadra. Oh, I tell you what, though. Reda Kadra is something else. Reda Kadra is unbelievable. Rovers should be 1-0 up. We should be 1 up. It was just a really bad first touch. If it was a better first touch, probably 1-0, but he tried to loft him. Maybe could have rounded him if he'd have thought about it, but decided not to. But I'll tell you what, if you're not watching the game, defense splitting ball from Khadra, back post, Barnsley nearly got 1-0 up themselves down the other end. Dragged wide by Callum Britton, but there's game's opening up now. But Rovers nearly going 1-0 up. Stunning ball from Reda Khadra. I can't speak highly enough of it. Found Brayton Diaz in so much space. And we've seen one player come on off the bench as a new signing, and we'll get another one. First Rovers appearance for Tayo Eden. And it's for Joe Rothwell, so it looks like he'll be going into midfield. Yeah, it wasn't a bad shot from Brayton, but he didn't have the time he needed to get the shot away. It was a bad first touch. But that was probably his biggest moment in the game. But Tayo Eden is on, which is good. First Rovers appearance for him. Hoping that he does well. Buckley keeps it alive. Look for Brayton Diaz. Out for a throw. No Butterworth. No. 3 subs used. Butterworth remains unused. Need to loan a good striker. Or sign one in January if we can. But I don't know if the funds will allow us to. That's the only issue. We've still got Brayton, who's scored 4 goals for us this season. He's not doing too bad. I still trust Brio. 100%. Great tackle. Lenihan. Gone in again. That was a bit rash the second time. But no Dan Butterworth, which is slightly frustrating. He's looked good when he's come off the bench, and he changed the game at the weekend, or the midweek, sorry. Barnes just playing the ball around the back at the moment. Press needs to keep up. Yeah, Khadra's on. Khadra's on, yeah. Khadra's come on. Eden's come on. Leighton Clarkson's come on. There are 3 substitutes. All 3 of them new signings, to be fair. I forgot about Clarkson when he came on, because of course he's obviously a new signing as well. Who would you pull off to bring Butterworth on? Well, Butterworth's obviously not going to come on because his 3 subs have been used, but we could have brought him on instead of Clarkson, taken Pervader off. It would have been fairly like for like to a point. But it's not happened. Please, let's nick all 3 points from a scruffy game. That would be class. Especially Barnsley. It's not a great place to go, is it? It's a tough place to go. Hopefully we can grab a late goal and take all 3 points. Foul referee? Apparently not. Oh, well. Oh, referee! That's not a foul. Tayo Eden has gone in to win the ball. I don't think that's a foul, and the referee's given it. In fact, no, to be fair, it probably is. Probably is. Being honest. Ball whipped in from the free kick. Kaminsky does well. Favourite Rovers player currently is Leighton Clarkson because I've just known him for a while. We've been mates for a very long time from childhood. So he's probably my favourite Rovers player at the minute. Despite being a loanee, it doesn't matter because we've been friends for a while. And then outside of that, probably Tyrese Dolan. He's an absolute legend, Tyrese. Just like, he's good on a football pitch and even off the pitch as well. He just conducts himself so well. So I'd say Clarkson and Dolan are my favourite two Rovers players. Ryan Nambe's brilliant too. Ryan Nambe's awesome. Go Ben Brereton Diaz, Viva Chile. Hopefully Brio can get us a winner. I'm really hoping he can. Do these every Rovers match, every Rovers League game, yeah. Every Rovers League game, I'm here. Buckley turns it away first time. Brereton thought he was being held, but referee, what's he seen? He's seen the assistant referee's flag, so it's a free kick to Barnsley for offside. Favourite player at Leeds is Rafinha Rodrigo. Fair enough. Woodrow plays that wide. Rose calling for offside, not given, blocked. It's way in, and Barnsley got themselves a throw. Rafinha. And we say Rafinha, Jack Harrison, and Melier, probably the main three. All three of them are class. I've probably answered just as many questions I have about Leeds as Rovers, or not. Well, not quite, but I've answered a lot of Leeds questions today, and that's all right. Ball whipped in, header on goal. Oh, it's agonisingly wide. I thought it was going to be 1-0. Michael Hellick. Oh, and Phillips, of course. Flicked on. There was someone arriving at the back stick for Barnsley. Who was that? Arriving very late was Adebayojo. I didn't even realise he'd come on. When did he come on? It was so close to 1-0. I didn't realise he'd come on. But I know Forest City's watching this. His reaction in the chat just tells you like how we were sort of feeling there, because that was so close. I thought that was 1-0 Barnsley for sure. But it isn't. And we're still level. Throwing taken down the line. Rovers throw. Getting ourselves up the pitch, which is good. But Clarkson stands over this free kick for Rovers. It was a free kick, not a throw. So it's Clarkson to take. Whips in towards the back post. Up in there by Halm. Heads away a second time. Kadra should take this down. First touch again wasn't brilliant. Getting across is Niambe. And a Rovers throw. So apparently, if everything stays as it is, 7th if we draw, and we're into 4th if we win. You know, as Rovers fans, well, we know as soon as there's a chance of getting into the playoffs at any point in the season, we usually don't pick up maximum points. We missed the chance to go into the playoffs. Now, I'm aware of the fact that it's much earlier in the season now than potentially we were saying this like last season in about February. But now we're saying it in September and it doesn't mean as much. And that's fair, but even still. If it was me, take the draw now, move on with Cardiff. I mean, you're still looking for 3 points, aren't you? There's still time to go. I would take the draw if you offered it me, though. Jared, hurry up and slate somebody. The luck might be running out in that regard. Ball behind for Woodrow. Blocked behind by Pickering. Barnsley corner. 5th with a win. 7th if QPR get a point. Says Andrew Evans. Good to hear from you, mate. Again, this is just like Luton, isn't it? It's just going to be nervy. Again, just for different reasons. Woodrow to whip one in again. Headed away by Lenihan. Not very far, though. Pickering. That was Clarkson trying to hook it clear. Oh, great now, but just moves him off the ball. Got to be a foul. Probably a yellow card to Clarkador as well. Diaz missed some gems. Well, I mean, it's the one there after the ball from Kadra that just is annoying me at the moment. Because that was the golden chance. That was the golden chance. I know that Andy on the other side said that if there's any time to play Barnsley, you play him now. With all the players out, they've just sat everyone behind the ball. They've just defended like really well. They've set up. They've had a structure, and they'd probably be good value for a point. Hopefully, we can get 3 though. Kadra. Now Eden. Just skipping field, dispossessed. Across comes Pickering and wins Rovers a throw. Probably about 35, 40 yards out from the Rovers goal. Josh Madger, that was confirmed. That was confirmed. We might be able to go back in there on January and look to sign him again. Clarkson, Rovers another throw. £10 to watch, yeah, but there's 6 minutes to go plus added time, so it'd almost not be worth getting it for the moment. I'm waiting till Cardiff. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that was posted. I think Jacob and Rich have both written about that. But yeah, it was definitely confirmed to be Madger, which would have been brilliant too. I'd taken it 100%. Barnsley throw. This is not gonna happen for us here, is it? Buckley, Nyambe. Loses possession, but Rovers again. Just trying to work the ball forward. Great touch from Clarkson in field towards Brayton Diaz. Good sliding challenge, though, prevents him from getting there. And loses out in midfield. And now problems potentially for Rovers. Not quite, though. Well won. From Clarkson, who was shoved off it. Potential chance for Rovers. Eden got Brayton to his left. Again, just couldn't get there. Grayson thought the ball had gone out of play. Buckley wasn't getting there. Space here for Barnsley in midfield. Freezer against Pickering. Pickering wins out. Eden clears, not very far. And as far as Styles, it's just wide. My days. Goals living dangerously. Living dangerously. For a second, I thought that was in. That's not a bad hit, you know. Styles from probably 25 yards out caught that so sweetly and only just saw it whiz wide. Still time for a winner, though. Kaminski looks to launch the ball forward to try and find that. It's been an attritional game. It's been, you know, very average. We haven't played dreadfully. We haven't played brilliantly. It's just been frustrating. They've just sat a lot of people back. They've sat in to defend. They've held up their structure really well. We had a massive chance with Brio that he should have done better with. Kaminski's made a few really good saves. A draw would be a fair result. Again, it's one of those where we've been unable to break a team down. Hopefully, we can at least take a point. If we lose it from here, I'd be very, very annoyed. I say that, and again, we nearly lose it from here. Another corner, Barnsley. I thought it was going to be an own goal for a second. Oh, my days. Ball in from Barnsley, and it was Pickering who was falling over. I thought for a split second it was just going to loop into Kaminski's net. Yep, there you go. There you go. It's just been a boring game. There's not really been anything to talk about. As Woodrow has got himself a corner. Whipped in towards the front post, headed on goal. Behind for a goal kick. Messaging in chat cost money, doesn't it? No, don't think so. No. Thanks for the update. You've missed absolutely nothing. You've missed nothing, Kieran. £5 per message. Leave off it. Yeah, only joking, pal. Yeah. Good banter, mate. Good banter. Long ball forward, Kaminski. Come on. Can we get a winner? We've got a throw with a minute and a half to go in the 90. Can we maybe get ourselves a winner? I tell you what, 100%, 100% take it because we don't deserve a win. That would be the 2 points back from Luton. If we win it here, it would be the 2 points back from Luton. Pickering should get there first. Kadra is looking to run down the line. That's a good ball for him. Kadra's going to get there. Britt is running in the middle. Kadra, square it. Clarkson! Oh, well saved. Back for Kadra. Eden, will it break for someone? Anyone? No, not looking like it at the moment. Buckley battles. Right on the edge of the penalty area. Nyambe. I thought Clarkson was going to get his first Rovers goal. Not to be. Nyambe does well. It's got to be a Rovers corner, hasn't it? It does. It's a Rovers corner. Great from Nyambe again. Kadra did well. Cut it back for Clarkson, who I thought was going to get his first Rovers goal, but well saved by Collins in the end. Massive save from Collins. I want to see it from this angle, yeah. It was a good save. It was a savable height, really. It was one you'd expect him to save. Rovers have got a corner, though. Taken short. Pickering from the right. Not a bad ball in. Up in the air from Styles. Wait to see how long there will be in terms of additional time. Was that 3 minutes? Surely not. Oh, it was as well. 3 minutes only. Kadra in field. Inside the area. Kadra's done so well. Loses possession. Travis comes across. Surely a free kick. Not given. Long ball. Nyambe's got potential problem. Woodrow. That's got to be a Barnsley throw, surely. And it is. That was our first corner of the game. You're not wrong. As we approach stoppage time, that was our first corner. I can't believe 3 minutes. I was thinking more than that. QPR have conceded again. Thanks, Andrew. Can you tell how much sarcasm this has been written with? Kieran, I know you've missed a lot of this game. Oh, there's 3 of you there. Couldn't even sort it out. Pervader's performance was bordering on Gallagher's against Luton. Oh, go on, Trav. Go on, Trav. Oh, too much. Please be a Rovers player there. There is. Come on. Ball over the top. Oh, there's 2 of you there. Buckley and Diaz were both there. Now Barnsley looking to switch. Not another late one, please no. Ball whipped in, headed away to Buckley, who can take it down. Has got space to move into. Clarkson. Could we take it late? There's no one forward other than Brayton Diaz, who's looking to make the run in behind. He's got nowhere else to go. Under-hit ball from Clarkson. Needed a bit more on it. It's a bit end-to-end this last minute. Kaminsky, get off your line, please. Thank you. Sees it behind for a goal kick. Is he just gonna settle for the 0-0 draw? Is he just gonna settle for the 0-0? Doesn't look like restarting the game with much urgency, that really, to be honest. It's looking like we're just going to take the point and move on. Which, an away point against Barnsley, I know Barnsley haven't started the best, but remember, they are a playoff semi-finals last season. Not too bad. And yeah, another clean sheet is good. It's a long ball forward. He might get one more chance. Well, it doesn't look likely. It'd have to be from this. Brayton can't get up. I think that'd be full time, I should think. As long as we can deal with this long ball forward. Lennon heads it away. Pickering just clears this down the line. Can't keep it on. Yeah, just stand in front of the ball. Take the book in. Take the book in. Yeah. In fact, it isn't going to matter. That's full time. That's full time. 0-0. Full time. First goalless draw of the season for Rovers. And I will say that was one of the most boring games I have seen in a long while. But, and there is, a massive positive in the fact that we've gone away to Barnsley and got ourselves a fairly decent point. And we're into the top 6. Like, come on. We can be negative about today and say it was a boring game. And let's face it, it was. But we're into the top 6. Any point of the season, top 6 is still decent. I question why I stay up till 2 a.m. for games like these. Just wait until the clocks go back and it's 4 a.m. But you know what? You do it for the love for your club. That's why you do it. That's why I do it. I love Blackburn Rovers. Every game I'll sit here and do it, no matter how boring the game is. And let's face it, we've got a point away at the playoff finalists. So, that's not a playoff semi-finalist. That's still a decent point. And we're into the top 6. Like, it could be worse. We could have got battered today. I know it was a boring game. Probably the worst Rovers game in a while to watch aesthetically. But it's a decent point. Despite how boring the game was. Point is a point, but this one tastes sour. I don't know if I'd say sour. You're only saying it tastes sour because the game was quite poor. And I say quite poor. It was very poor. It was a really bad game. But that's, it's not actually that bad a point if you sit back and, look at it. I'd say it's a pretty happy point. Cheers for sitting through the game, providing the instant feedback. 1 point in the bag and move on. Yeah, anything I can do. Like, literally, that was one of the most boring games I've ever sat through. But I have done, so that's all right. Point is, yeah, exactly. Like, if you're talking about points that taste sour, Luton is the sourest point in a while. But there you go. Armin says other results went our way, so that was a positive. Exactly. Like I say, we're in the top 6. We're in the top 6, and I don't think. There's other results. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna get knocked out of that either, unless QPR grab themselves a late goal or something. But if we're being honest, a win today would have taken us 3 points off the top, which would have been nice. But you can't win them all. It was a really boring game. Luton point was rancid, 100%. You'd have taken everyone would have taken 6th after 8 games. See, I think as Rovers fans, right, we're quite negative and pessimistic about our club. And to be fair, we have a right to be after the times that they've ripped our hearts out. Let's try and be optimistic about the position that we're in at the moment. Sure, we're 8 games in. Is this going to last? No one really knows. Are we hopeful that it's going to last? Yeah. Like, if we finish 6th after 46 games, then brilliant. So we're not in a bad position. It's never bad to be inside the playoffs. Doesn't matter how early inside the season we are. Like, we've grind out a tough point. Last 2 trips there, we've lost in a bad way. We got battered there when we lost 2-0 first pandemic season, and we, got pretty heavily beaten, and we made the scoreboard look respectable with a late goal from Armour, we make it 2-1. And there we've gone and got a point, grind out a point, and we've got to take those. We've got to take those. Like, I feel like this is a good point, despite how bad the game was. Like, that was this was, a worse spectacle to watch than Luton. But I feel much happier with this point than I do with the point against Luton. And that's where you sort of compare the two. We're 6th, Barnsley down in 19th. And that's the thing, isn't it? You want to beat sides down that end of the table. But the way Barnsley set up, it's hard to break sides like that down. Both sides had the chances to win the game. None of them took them. So, look, it is what it is. It's a point and we move on. We move on to Cardiff at Ewood, where we would fully expect 3 points. We would fully expect 3 points, next weekend against Cardiff. I mean, a lot of us expected 3 points today, but, 1 point in the grand scheme of things doesn't sound too bad. And we're inside the top 6. No one would have had us inside the top 6 after the first 8 games. Absolutely no one. Everyone thought it was a tough run. No one would have had us inside the top 6. But we are. Butterworth said of Poveda. Poveda was absolutely woeful today for me. But that's okay. There's time for him to, obviously improve. Like, it's his second game for the club. Like, we can't be expecting him to be a world beater. Poveda didn't have his greatest game today, but I'm sure he will improve. Let's go through the rest of the scores in the league. Cardiff City 0, Bournemouth 1, Derby 2, Stoke 1, Fulham 1, Reading 2 still going, Huddersfield 0, Forest 2, Luton 3, Swansea 3 still going, Borough 1, Blackpool 2 still going, Millwall 1, Coventry 1, Peterborough 3, Birmingham 0, Preston North End 1, West Brom 1, QPR 1, Bristol City 2. Starting 11 against Cardiff, same 11, except Poveda probably goes out for Kadra. I think Kadra offers so much. When Kadra comes on, I'd go same 11 with the one change being Poveda coming out for Kadra, because Kadra looks too good not to start. Like, even when he came on, the little things he did, like when he was, cut the ball back for Clarkson, Clarkson had the shot on goal. Like, he just made that chance. Like, the ball to Brayton was unbelievable. Kadra just offers us so much. I don't know if Kadra is going to be as good as Harvey Elliott, and maybe if Harvey Elliott didn't come in with the fanfare that he did, obviously being from Liverpool and starting with the career he had at Fulham, I think they're going to be similar players, and they're going to have similar impacts for Rovers. Okay, maybe Kadra might not put up the numbers, but Kadra's got that similar vibe about him to Harvey Elliott, and it's brilliant to watch. Kadra's brilliant to watch, and he's going to be a fun player to watch throughout the season, and I think he should be starting. As long as he's fit to start, he starts. Has to start. Nice to see Tayo Eden get a run as well. He did okay. And with all the results, yep, I've seen that 3-0 up, 3-3, heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. So I can't remember if you were here or not after that losing game, but you might have been rubbing it in. But I suppose it's never nice, is it? It's never nice. It really is never nice. But now I hope you can empathise with us. I hope you can empathise. I won't rub it in because I know how I felt 2 weeks ago. Oh no, it was this time last week, wasn't it? I know how I felt, so I'm not gonna rub it in. But yeah, that's dreadful. Dreadful result. Yeah, Tayo didn't get a run in midfield, did okay. Yeah, it's very good. It's a very good league, I won't even lie. Brilliant league. And it's brilliant to support a team in that league too. But yeah, nice to see everyone, players get a run. In terms of my best player today, man of the match for Rovers, Slim Pickens. That's the last question I'm going to ask. In 5 minutes, I'm wrapping up the stream. Man of the match today, Rovers fans, what are we thinking from those who watched it? So like Forest City, I know watched it. Chris, I know watched it. What do we think? I'd almost say Kaminsky for the save he made, the one-on-one, saves from the corners. Didn't have too much to do outside of that though. Ryan Niambe, he had a good game. Ryan Niambe had a really good game. Probably, did he do more than Kaminsky? Tough one. Kadra wasn't on long enough, I don't think, to get man of the match. Ryan Niambe for me. I think he edges it over Kaminsky. I agree, Chris. I agree. I think Niambe was man of the match for me. Just ever so slightly ahead of Kaminsky, who made some good saves. But I think that I thought Trav had a good game, to be fair. I thought Trav was alright. Got stuck in. Buckley had an alright game. Kaminsky and Niambe, yeah, that was basically what I'm saying. I think Niambe probably for me, he did got himself about, got stuck in, won the ball, defended well. I think Ryan Niambe for me. That other Yorkshire club lost against Gunners and now second bottom. Yeah, they're coming down. Someone might clip that and make a mockery of me for it. But they're coming down, I reckon. Livermento got me 5 points in FPL. Late yellow card, that's annoying. Anyway, Niambe on the match for me. And that was the only goal that came in the championship. And that's where I'm about going to leave it. A really boring game of football, but the watch-alongs are always fun. I do enjoy them as always. And I do enjoy, obviously, this is what I love doing. So thank you so much for being here and joining me this morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're watching from. Obviously, we've got the post-match content coming up with Luke and Ryan. I'm interested to see what way they spin this. Because obviously we've had a mixture of positivity and negativity, which is probably fair after a result like this. But we can all agree that that was one boring game of football. Anyway, in terms of watch-alongs, I'll be back for Cardiff, as always. Cardiff at Ewood, same time, same channel, next week. So I'll see you then in terms of that. In terms of other content, we'll have all the written content as well coming up very soon from this game. We'll have the On the Other Side and the Sofa Chat in terms of streams coming up soon. And just everything in between all that. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Turn the notification bell on to make sure you don't miss any bit of content from us here at Rovers Chat, because it will be ramping up, especially with the FCAs coming up very soon in London. But for me, Ollie Walker-Peel, that's about me done. Take care. Stay safe. Bye for now. And come on, Rovers. See you later.
The Rovers Chat YouTube channel is proudly sponsored by 6yardsout.com. They've got retro football from every era with mugs, phone cases and much more. They also have plenty of Rovers goods, including apparel with the famous 94-95 season and this season's kit. Check them out using the link in the description below.